Into an hour of our tech sale spotlight, the Apple iPad Gen 10. Just keep this in mind, this is an awesome big gift, but we have a lot of things happening on QVC. For the next few hours, we have free shipping and 5 easy payments on everything on air and online. So pretty great right now to be able to start shopping. I love the idea of kind of checking off that big gift. As a mom of 4, sometimes that was the hardest thing, like where do you start? What do the kids want? But here's the thing. Everyone wants an iPad. Everyone needs an iPad when you actually start going through all the amazing things that an iPad can do. Now, this is our tech sale spotlight. It just launched on October 13th, so just a little more than 1 week, and it has been extremely popular. So it's the Gen 10, which we absolutely love. It was the first generation actually to introduce all of these great colors. And again, I love the fact that we have it at this awesome sale price. So this is item number E329696. We have it at a sale price of $629.98. Now keep in mind 5 payments of just $126 and of course free shipping. So here's the thing. If you were to purchase everything separately, you would actually be looking at just about $928. This at the tech sale spotlight is actually saving $2 shy of $300. So we absolutely love that. But you're going to be getting the iPad, a portfolio case with a keyboard, a tablet sleeve, Bluetooth earbuds, a tablet stand. Part of our software voucher is a 3-year membership to Mac University. Truly the easiest way to kind of learn all the things about iPad, your phone, your watch, and even a computer if you wanted to with your Apple World. So we love that. But we're going to start off by saying this is the 256 gigabytes. So in Apple Gen 10, there was 2 memory sizes. Always the most popular was the 256. So we came out with our 256. We just know that this is the size that so many people gravitate towards. So your first choice is just the color. So again, Gen 10 was the first one to introduce all of these great colors. So I'll start here. We have this beautiful blue. Then we have our yellow. Next to that is our silver. And always popular is our pink. So we're going to start there. And now normally we would say, okay, now choose your memory size, but we don't have to do that with this one. So again, 256 gigabytes, and we'll go through exactly what that means, but you get to choose your keyboard portfolio case, and of course that Bluetooth keyboard is inside. So we can start right here, and this is our iridescent. Beautiful. This truly would match back to any single of these iPad colors. Like you truly can't go wrong with that one. Next we have our pink, and then we have garden. Next to that we have our yellow, and you can see all of these have the coordinating wireless earbuds on top. Now I do like the fact that these are, I shouldn't say wireless, these are wireless, but I just love that, you know, it has that strap to it as well. Now in front of that we have our Northern Lights. Then we have our woven. This is our gray. Now, I know it looks like it's a woven material. This print is done so well, but it's really a smooth finish. It's like that little optical illusion, so we love that. And then next to that, we have our sky. It's also like the blue that we have. Now, I know, Brian, that we have sold out of a couple options or one option. What would that be? Ooh, the pink has sold out, but then the pink in all of the others would definitely be available. So now as I come over here too, as you see that price on the screen, normally our QVC2 or QVC price would be $769. You're still saving $139 over that QVC price, so I love that. So this is what you would get if you were to walk in or purchase Apple from anywhere else. You would get your brand new Apple iPad, again, valued at $399.99. You're going to get the charging cable, and you're going to get the charging cube. That's it. So when we slide over on the table just a little bit more, you're going to see what we've done. We've created this most amazing bundle for you because we really want to give you the best opportunity to experience all things iPad without having to worry about, all right, now I need to protect it. Now I need to have a case, you know, to make it easily portable, or a stand, or you know what, maybe instead of typing on the iPad, I actually want a keyboard. We've done all of that for you. So again, you're going to get your choice of your portfolio sleeve. We've included this right here, which is this awesome little travel pouch, zippered with another pocket right here on the outside. Now, we have that Bluetooth keyboard for you, but what makes this one so different is we actually have, it's a backlit keyboard. So being able to kind of use this and just have that light kind of illuminate from behind, it's beautiful. Now, in the world of Apple, to get a backlit keyboard, usually you had your, like a MacBook Air or a different computer, but now we have it as that kind of standalone Bluetooth keyboard. We have a stand for you that actually folds down to a really, really tiny footprint. And then again, we have this voucher for you. So all of the codes or the activation codes are right here on the back, but just know that the big piece of this is actually that 3-year membership to Mac University. So I'm going to kind of come around the front of the table because, I mean, I'd love to start, you know, showing you some things, and, or I should say all things Apple, because the idea of iPad is just, it really changed the way that we use technology. And Apple this year is actually celebrating their 15th anniversary. So if you have an earlier model of iPad, if you're somebody that has maybe a white bezel or a thicker black bezel, you might be interested in an upgrade, even if this is just for you, simply because the technology is so incredibly amazing when we start thinking about all things Apple. Now, what makes the Gen 10 so special again is it was a complete redesign over the Gen 9. Now, Gen 9 was a smaller screen, it had a bigger bezel, and you had the options of a silver or a space gray. Now you have all of these colors on here. But when you start putting the components together that we include for our bundle, I think of college students. I think of people that are using this to possibly, you know, use for, you know, an e-reader. Maybe they're watching. This is actually a cookbook from David, but what if you were watching your favorite how-to video online, right? Maybe this is in the kitchen for you. You're actually elevating your iPad, but now you've created a little workstation as well. So whether it's the e-reader that you're using, whether you're using this for pure entertainment, I think all things Apple looks better, of course, on this big 10.9-inch screen. So a lot of times you'll hear the terms like media consumption. And what does that mean? Well, it's the way, of course, name says what it is, how we're consuming our media. How are we watching our shows? How are we shopping? How are we going through, and let's come down here. How are we watching our favorite shows? Well, a big difference is, again, a lot of us might just want to use our phone, right? So now here, it's a small screen. This is actually the largest iPhone at 6.7 inches. Now, switch over to the iPad, you can see all that real estate. It just makes everything look better. Beautiful Retina display with the screen as well. So we're giving you kind of the best of the best when it comes to the screen size. But truly, anything that you do on your phone, you can definitely still do on your iPad. So again, it makes it a really, really nice experience. But again, this is QVC Plus. And this is being able to, you know, watch your favorite shows. I mean, all that streaming content that's there, that's awesome. But I always kind of like to start off with this page because every icon, every app that you see comes downloaded on your Apple already or on the iPad already. Now, FaceTime looks amazing on this screen as well, simply because there's so much real estate. Whether you're using this to have your text come through, if you're using the same account, your same Apple ID on an iPhone, all of your texts come through, which we love. All of your emails that you can either answer on a computer or on your phone, all sync together. So you can get an email, you can read it on your phone, and then you can go back at your iPad and see, you know what? Oh, I read that email already. I'm all caught up. So wherever you are, this is the biggest way or a nice extension to any other device that you're using too. So streaming content, which is great. You can also, with your iPad, when you get this home, this actually is, it has a 3-month all access to Apple TV. So if there's shows that you've been watching, just know as soon as you go ahead and log in to your iPad, you can activate a 3-month subscription to Apple TV. So again, everything just looks better. So we love that. Maps, maybe you want to use this again to find out, I think I did coffee shops earlier, but you're traveling to a new location and you want to, figure out the coffee shops that are nearest you. It'll not only tell you, it'll say how many miles are away, but again, trip planning. Maybe you're planning your next vacation using your iPad. But again, everything that you'd be looking for is your camera, calendar sync with all of your other devices as well. And I think it's just amazing, again, because it just makes it easy. iPad is easy, Apple is easy. And even if you're not somebody that utilizes technology, you'll definitely know how and find a way that you will love to use your iPad. So again, calendar sync all together. And there's one more page with all of the things that come downloaded away. So out of the box, your Apple iPad is incredibly easy and intuitive. And then from here, you get to customize it with, maybe it's a bank that you use. Maybe it's a certain website that you like to go to. Maybe it's, keeping your games if you'd like. So again, you get to customize, but all of this is located right here. This is just an example of things that I have downloaded and put onto my iPad as well. So there's a journal right here. Of course, there's games. I always use my calculator. I'm going to show you a little trick to this in a second, because this is something that I learned recently, and it came with one of the upgrades or updates to Apple, and I love it. But again, all your games, I have my banking, I run my business utilizing QuickBooks, so I can have it on my phone, my computer, and an iPad, so I'm always connected to it. My picture keeper, I love being able to help, restore my photos or scan my photos directly with Picture Keeper. But then we come up here too. It's my Aura Ring, which there it is right there. I love wearing my Aura Ring. And of course, my Ring doorbell. So I could be sitting there and I could, be on the couch, watching TV, having the iPad, and if someone comes to my front door, I still don't have to get up. Everything is going to be right here. So again, this is the Gen 10. This is, that first introduction with all of these great colors. But the coolest thing with Apple is that they continue to update. So when we start going through all of the great features with Apple, just keep in mind, it's still going to be incredibly easy to use. So normally, as we go through this, it's the 10th generation, also known as that 10.9. Beautiful Retina display. Now, normally you have a choice of 64 or 256. We just came out with a 256 because that is always the most popular. A14 Bionic chip. Awesome, because that just means that it's great for multitasking. We have landscape stereo speakers as well. So whatever you're listening to or watching, everything just sounds and looks better. And then we also have that True Tone technology. And I love that too, because whether you're using this as an e-reader, but maybe it's outside, maybe it's late at night and you want the lights dim, your screen will adjust. Now, this also has a redesign or a new placement for that ultra-wide front-facing camera. Your camera in any other previous generation was always located at the top, like right here, meaning more of that portrait mode. I'm going to show you, we've changed where we place the iPad or the camera, and it will also give you more real estate. So again, your only choice here is, and I love being able to say it, is because we're giving you 256 gigs of memory. What does that mean? Something like up to 100,000 photos, up to 80 hours of HD video that you can actually download and then utilize, that you don't need Wi-Fi for it. Everything will be loaded directly onto your iPad. So 4 colors, we have all 4 colors available for you, from the pink is getting very limited, always popular, and it's this beautiful, technology is amazing, but when you can add color to it, it's even better. So we have our pink, our silver, our yellow, and then our blue. And then, of course, because it's QVC, we like to bundle more things for you as well, because again, we want to take the guesswork out of, or even the thought of, oh, now I need to go out and get this, or this, or this, or this. We include everything to give you the best experience out of the box with iPad. So your choice of your protective case and also your keyboard holder is going to be your iridescent. And then we have our pink. Next to that is garden. And then we go into our solid yellow right here. Down in front, we have our northern lights. We have our gray, And then we have our sky. You're going to see that we have coordinating or even contrasting, I guess. And in this place, we have our earbuds for you as well. And then, again, what I love is that as we're looking at this is our Textile Spotlight. It's a feature product that it does get some airtime. Like we've had this on for a little more than a week, and it's always super, super popular, especially at this time of year, because again, as someone, you know, that's the gift thinker in our house, I love being able to decide right out of the bat, like, this is a big gift, or is it something that, you know, you sent someone away to college and now they're saying, you know what, I think I'd like the iPad simply because it's easier to write on. You can pair this back with an Apple Pencil or pick up another stylus, and then all of a sudden now, the easiest way to take notes in college, I have to say, from experience listening to my two daughters still in school, was the iPad. They said it was a total game changer. So we love that. But take a look right here, because in front of me, if you were to pick up the iPad anywhere else, you're going to get the iPad, you're going to get the charging cable here, and then you're going to get the charging brick. That's it. All said and done, and then you're going to have to go out and get everything else. I love that when you look at everything that we include for you right now, if it were me, I would be getting, because each of these will come in a little box. You can actually create like a tower, starting with your iPad and then everything else that comes with it. So you've taken an amazing gift and like just taken it to the next level. So again, big gift galore. This is that stand, and I'll show you how, actually I was using it with my iPad so you can see you kind of can create a workstation. Bluetooth keyboard that actually is backlit as well. So you can kind of cycle through any color that you'd like to kind of give you a really nice experience when you're typing on this keyboard. Then we have the, of course, portfolio sleeve, we have the travel sleeve, and then we have a software voucher as well. So as we go through this, I just again know, I love knowing that we've kind of giving you everything that you need. But I do want to say too, while we're standing here, like even though you're picking this up here at QVC, definitely paying, you know, a little differently for it. So I love that. 5 payments of just $126. You are actually saving with this Textile Spotlight just about $298. So as we go through this, you can get that iPad for a penny shy of $400. You're going to get that portfolio case with keyboard, a tablet sleeve, the Bluetooth earbuds, the tablet stand, and software vouchers. But the hero of that voucher is that 3-year subscription or membership to Mac University, valued at just about $90. But you can actually take this iPad, whatever color, directly, whatever color you choose, but you can walk in to any retail Apple store if you wanted, and you could sit down, you could speak with, you know, somebody that works there, and if you want a little help on getting started, they can help you with that. You can reach out to tech support or the chat from apple.com. That's something that you could easily do as well. Just at QVC, I think that we kind of go, you know, not out of our way, but we go and really search out the best things to help elevate your gift-giving experience. We love the idea that, you know, an iPad, I think it belongs in every single home, whether it be that family iPad or you're gifting it for a certain reason. I love the idea that this truly can too become like a laptop replacement if you wanted it, simply because 1, the screen size is amazing, 2, that bionic chip, that processing speed makes it really, really easy. So here's what it looks like when you utilize this stand. So I love the idea again that you can easily just use this stand and place your iPad here, and now you have a workstation. But when we start thinking about, you know, how are you going to work with this? Well, as I make a little room here, when you open this up, this actually, I'll show you, this pops out. So again, completely flat, but then this also becomes a stand for you. So wherever you are, this is of course that protective case, but you know, in a minute or a second's notice, you can open this and then all of a sudden you have a perfect viewing angle for your iPad as well. So again, it's beautiful. I actually have the blue one here paired with this awesome garden. And I mean, imagine that under your arm or in your portfolio. Think about every single time you see like, I I think they call themselves the Bag Boys, the Equip team. They always have an iPad popping out of one of their tote bags. And again, you drop your iPad in and it's easy, right? You take it out, it's easy, and it's that perfect travel companion. So this is also just weighs about 1 pound. So you think about that versus, say, the MacBook Air that weighs about 2.7 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So the portability of this is truly unmatched. And this also boasts up to like a 10-hour battery life. So again, all the things that you usually could be doing on your phone, you could be doing right here on your iPad. So I keep having glare, so I apologize about that one. But we can start playing as well. So again, when we come, let's go back to the home screen. Let me show you this. I'm going to come up here to voice memos right here. And again, all of these things come downloaded. I think this is just a fun thing. Once you start using it, I promise you will use it all of the time. So again, as we look at this, it's a voice memo and it comes directly downloaded on your iPad. So when you tap that, you can actually start recording. And what this is going to do is record everything that it's hearing. So how we use it at my house, my kids now, 3 of them are living on their own. They're adulting in every city away from me. But they'll ask, Mom, how did you make your chicken cutlets? Or how do you make Sunday gravy? So instead of me sitting there or typing it, I can actually use my voice, type out a quick recipe, not type, but talk out a quick recipe. And then from here, all I have to do is stop. Now, there's a little text bubble up here. If I hit this, now it transcribed everything that I just said. Now, when I send this, what's great is I can hit done. And now if I wanted to, I can share that. I can share that same message with all of my children. And again, it's super, super easy to use that. And then not only that, do they have the instructions, they actually get to hear my voice too. So always a plus, but it's something that I absolutely love. So as we come up here too, let's start talking about your settings, because I think this settings key, it's the gear. This holds a lot of information, and it's even a great place to start if you're new to iPad or new to the update and you're not quite sure where to go. I happen to think that the iPad is absolutely perfect for grandparents as well. There's no better way to stay connected than with FaceTime, and there's no better way than on an iPad. So super, super easy. But everything that you're going to need is pretty much located right down here. So I want to show you accessibility. So from accessibility, you can actually come over here and you'll see right here Zoom. Well, one, you can voice over, you can turn this on. So whatever you're touching, you can actually have it spoken back to you. So you hear what site you're visiting or what is being seen on the screen can actually be spoken back to you. But there's also a zoom feature, and I'm going to go ahead and click this on, and you're going to see this box pop up right here. This actually allows you to move this anywhere that you need it to go. Now, of course, you can raise the font on the screen, but just in a quick window, just think of like all the jewelry that we sell here at QVC, and you want to take a really close look at maybe one of the Diamonique earrings that Aaron Mosley presents. You can actually even put this over one of the pictures and get great detail. So again, a super, super easy way to do that. Now, I'm going to go a little bit further as well, because a new update just came out and allows you to actually turn this tablet into a really selective, even easier tablet to use, whether it be for a younger child or maybe it is a grandparent. So what you're going to do, still in this accessibility world, I'm going to have you come, or I'm going to come down. Let's come back to accessibility. Did I just lose it? Hold on. Accessibility. Now, come out of Zoom. You're going to see down here. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to hit assistive access. Now, assistive access is going to help us turn this iPad into a technology tool that limits all the other apps that are out there. So if you have somebody in your family, they're like, oh, it's just too much. And looking at that page that has all those apps on it, it might be too much. But with a push of a button and a couple quick decisions, you can decide what you want your iPad to look like at any time. So I could have calls, I could put that magnifier on there, or messages or photos. So here, I'm going to start assistive access. I created a passcode because, again, this is that same family tablet that we're now changing into a tablet that, you know, my mom could use or anybody could use. Now, it will take a second to load, but in the meantime, as we're sitting right here, you know, this calls, I mean, that's going to be there, right? I can bring this down here, but calls. Now, that's all that's on that iPad. That's all there is. Now, recents, I can come here, and it might have been a FaceTime call as well. You can attach a photo for a contact. Now, this is my daughter, Lauren. So now my mom can tap into calls. And without having to remember a number or look for that contact, she actually gets to see the face instantly. So then what you would do is simply tap that and a FaceTime call would come through. And if I ever wanted to come out of this now if I wanted to come out of that assistive access, the button right here on the top, and I'll show you that in a second, it's the power button. 3 quick pushes of that button and I can exit. I'm going to put the password back in, and now instantly that same tablet that was just that really selective, really specific iPad is now going to come back to that family iPad that anybody can use. So again, I think it just really limits maybe it's confusion out there or saying, oh, I don't want technology, because technology is pretty amazing. And again, I have my screen again, and it's just for me to use, kind of go anywhere that I need it to go. So again, it's a really, really cool way to just enjoy technology again. So, you know, we're looking at this, and again, this is the Gen 10. So I want to show you this. This is the power button right here on the top. So the power button here, we have 2 volume controls here. And the only other port is that port for charging. And then here's our speakers on either side. That there is that Gen 10. So I'm going to go through the offer again, because again, it's pretty special. This is our tech sale spotlight, and that means it's a feature product that really is going to get some airtime for you, simply because we want to be able to show you all the things that you could do with this great pack-up that we have. And again, your choice is, you're going to start off with your choice of iPad color. So we have our pink. Let me bring this out again. Most limited in our pink in all options, Brian. Oh, pink has sold out, and now the pink garden has also sold out. Out of all the combinations, pink, any of the combinations with our pink is our most limited. Ooh, it's basically last call. So next to that, we have our silver. So I'll kind of show that as well. It's just gorgeous. It's that clean, light silver that we absolutely love. Then our yellow. I mean, it's just bright. It's just fun. And I know Jane Tracy always says yellow is her favorite, simply because it just makes her smile. I mean, a great, big, beautiful yellow iPad is pretty great. And then we have our blue. So again, 256 gigs of the Gen 10, also known as the 10.9. So we have put together a really cool bundle offer for you. And included in that is that your choice of portfolio or keyboard sleeves. So right here is our iridescent. Then we have our pink. And here's our garden. Next to that is our yellow. In front of this are Northern Lights. I just love this with the silver. It just looks like perfect. It looks futuristic, or it even could look like a little geode as well in that case. So I love that. And then we have our gray. Though it looks woven, it's just a beautiful print. They did such a great job with that. It's really, really smooth to the touch, but it again has that nice woven feature to it. And then we also have this blue. And then when you slide over, oh, you know what I should say too? I don't know if you were watching when I was with Justin in the last hour, the 8 o'clock hour. One thing I think should be a must-have with your iPad is your pristine screen as well. So you can ask your operator. This is the easiest way to keep your screens clean. And I think that it does belong with every single iPad. So whether it's your phone or an iPad, make sure to ask your operator or check online for a pristine screen cleaner. It's a set of 4. fully gift box when you get them home. So if you were to pick up, your iPad anywhere else, this is what you're getting right here. So we kind of went through your iPad color, but you're going to get your iPad, your charging cable, and your brick. That's it. So here we include your choice of color, of course, but then that keyboard portfolio cover, it serves as that great stand and then also a great way to protect. But everything that you see in front of me right now, you are able to kind of get home. And if you want, you can break up all the gifts too. If you've decided, what, let's make a big tower, or let's use, a gift here or a gift there. You could also do that too. So again, your keyboard case, your Bluetooth keyboard, which turns your iPad into a hybrid laptop. So you still have the beauty of a touchscreen on the iPad, but then the ease of being able to use the keyboard. And this is a backlit keyboard, so we love that. Then you're also getting a software voucher. And again, the nice hero feature of this one is that 3-year subscription or membership to Mac University. And we can go through that as well. And then you're also getting this portfolio case. It has a nice zipper on the top. So it's completely padded on the inside. So it's just a great way. Again, it's really soft, keeps your technology really, really safe. So we love that. And a nice little pouch on the outside. So all of that you're going to be able to get home and just, start enjoying your iPad. So as we look at this, I want to kind of show you as well. Let me come out of this little screen. So as we look at this, I'm going to turn off the Zoom for a second. We're going to come back to Zoom. We are going to come back to our accessibility. I'm going to turn off the Zoom just so we can start playing some more. So again, here's our glare. I will say it's a nice big reflection tonight. Alrighty. So then as we go through this again, I just love the idea that not only, like, we're talking entertainment, we're talking being able to stream all your movies, we're talking about FaceTime and emails and texts that come through. But let's start talking about productivity, because that's a whole nother side of Picture Keeper as well. So downloaded on the iPad, when you get this home, you're going to see Pages, Keynote, and Numbers. That is kind of Apple's equivalent to Microsoft 365, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. The really cool thing right now is that those two play really nicely together. And what I mean by that is if you use Microsoft 365 or you already have a subscription to that service or to that software, you can download those apps onto your iPad, sign into that subscription as well, and now you can receive or create a document either in Pages or in Word. So, really, really cool too. So we were talking about that software voucher as well, and we created a presentation for you in Keynote. Again, super, super easy. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that just to kind of go through and walk through our software voucher. So let me bring this back a little bit. Touchscreen. These are your tools right here, right? Being able to kind of go through, this is really all that you need. The beauty of iPad and touchscreen that definitely needs some pristine screen right here at the top. But we have our iPad voucher for you. 3 years to Mac University. Really what this is video tutorials for you to use in the comfort of your own home, 12 a.m., 12 p.m., it really doesn't matter. But it really is video tutorials, step by step of every feature of Apple. Now, this is going to continue to update as well. As soon as there's like a new update to all things Apple, you can learn about it through Mac University, so we love that. A personal journal subscription as well. Calm Radio, it's really great because you can have relaxing music channels, sounds, audiobooks, guided meditations. And again, being able to kind of use those Bluetooth headphones, pop those in, or you could pick up a set of grooves. You might even have grooves already too. It just pairs really nicely together. And again, customizing the way you use your iPad. Magazine and newspaper subscriptions, so I love that. BitGym subscription. Now, we're talking about, again, the difference of a 10.9-inch screen versus, say, a 6.7-inch screen. Why it's important, especially with this Bit Gym, is because a lot of us work out from home. A lot of us want the flexibility to not have to go to a gym, but yet we want some guided expertise that are helping us as well. So Bit Gym subscription, I'm going to go ahead and kind of swipe out of that. I'm going to tap the app right here. Now Bit Gym, again, an amazing, amazing way to either invigorate your current workout routine or maybe, start something new. But it truly does become, as I bring the volume down on this one, I love what it says right here, your passport to fitness. So whether it's 320 motivating locations that you're going to get, there's coached or self-guided. Imagine you were on, say, a walking treadmill and you wanted to walk through Santorini, or you want to, go through Pacific Coast Highway out in California. You can actually kind of let your mind wander a little bit and take you to all these foreign lands and places that maybe you won't get a chance to visit. You can actually utilize on this big, beautiful screen through Bit Gym. So again, maybe a gym is something that, it might be out of the question, and maybe even that commitment. You don't want to do that all the time, but this is something, again, privacy of your own home, and we are utilizing the stand. So that stand is absolutely perfect. You could use it as a workstation. You could use it just to be hands-free, and I love the idea of having that simply because, when all things Apple, we're not dealing with, a small screen. You have that great big screen right here. So anytime you want to come out of an app, it's a simple swipe up. So we love that. Now, I did mention as we go back that we have our FaceTime too. And depending on where this is, let me see if we can get this started. I said that our placement in the Gen 10 is now different. So now your camera is sitting right here at the top. But what I love here is that it also has center stage. So what this means is you can actually see the camera's following me without really doing anything. The camera's not moving whatsoever, or, the iPad is not shifting. It's actually tracking me to wherever I am. So a lot of people now, and I think people use it, when you see, guests here at QVC presenting from their homes or presenting from somewhere else, a lot of them are using an iPad, and a lot of them are utilizing it in this landscape mode right here. So it makes it really, really nice that you can use this for work. You can use it for play. You can use it for multi-screens, meaning how many times are you sitting there on the couch, maybe with your family, and you're watching TV, but yet you either have your phone or another screen in front of you. The iPad, again, at 10.9 inches makes it really, really nice. So perfect to use there. So again, I showed you the book right here. Apple, anything that you can do, even with being able, to touch screen. So you can download coloring books. You can take screenshots of things. But even as something that, to sit here, let me come over here to this screen. You can actually start marking up this photo. I'll turn on the watercolor. And I'll use my finger again, and you can truly just sit here. And is that relaxing? Is it something that, you kind of want to get lost? It's like a screen without a screen, because it really is pure creativity. You can actually open up using Freeform. It's another app that we have here. If you love to doodle, and if you love to just use your pen and, kind of put pen to paper, but this way you could put your finger to your iPad and simply start creating. You could draw, you can write letters, you can do anything that you want to do, simply because, again, that touch screen makes it really, really great. So, being able to kind of switch your colors, it's just something else to do. A lot of you might hear the terms like AI, and what else can you do with AI? You can actually go through, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so you can use AI. Of course, this is Mary and Jasper, her favorite cat, right? The stories that Mary tells about this cat. But you can actually say go into Copilot, or you could go into ChatGPT, and you could say, you know what, make this photo into a black and white coloring page. Then your favorite family photos, I'll come over here, you're actually now able to turn that into a coloring page. It's great for kids. Imagine family photos that you've done now, and your kids can now sit back and just start coloring those same pages. So it's the iPad that you can learn a new language on. It's the iPad that's going to take you around the world from your couch. You know, you can look at Rome, you can go to San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, you can learn a language, or you can simply color on this if you want. So it really, again, is the technology that is absolutely made for every single person. You can go through, again, you can make collection. That was Rick talking about an iPad as well. You can actually, you know, do a lot of things on this that maybe you've kind of been waiting for that perfect opportunity. Is there a podcast you love to listen to? Is there these, I love Crime Junkies and I love Dateline. So a lot of times I'm listening to those, but you can actually utilize this as well. So again, another fun way to do this. But as we go back here to pages now, I was showing you the pages, the keynote, and numbers as well. This is what makes Apple so spectacular. Now, I've opened up pages, and these are some recent things that we've been working on. Now, this just happened, you know, with my kids. They're like, I have to write a cover letter. I'm like, a cover letter? I haven't written a cover letter in many, many years. Or I have to write a newsletter, or I have to come up with a flyer or a presentation, and I don't even know where to begin. When you choose a template, all of a sudden now, I can open this and I can turn it. Let's see which way it's going to come this way. This is giving me the form that it's already there. But if I press and hold, I can edit that. If I press and hold here, I can edit all these points. Again, it's almost like you're not recreating every single time. You're just enhancing the template and really customizing it for you. So whether it's landscape or it's in this fashion, it really doesn't matter. But if I'm like, you know what? Again, I just want to either use the keyboard. I can just, you know, start typing from here. I can also bring up the keyboard again, and we can actually start. See how it rotates every single time. I can bring up the keyboard settings. Oh, wait, I came in the wrong spot. Hold on. I want to show you that you can actually turn on the microphone and start typing as well. So, especially because we're coming up towards holiday season, how great would it be to get this home and just place it on the coffee table? Maybe you're sitting with your grandparents, maybe you're sitting with your parents, and you ask a question about, like, how did you meet Grandpa? Or what is your favorite recipe and why? Or what places have you traveled to? So it's a really cool way to still be in the moment, but utilize technology in a way that it's kind of recording without you having to sit and stop and type and worry about, did I spell that word correctly? This is such an amazing opportunity to connect with your entire family. I mean, it's really cool. But then what could you do with that? You could match that with a recipe. You could match that with, you know, other stories from people in the family. You can create a little book or a little memory book. So again, a really, really nice way to take advantage of that word processing. So I'm using Pages here, but if we want to be done, I could just hit the microphone. I can swipe up. But I can always go back to that same document because I technically haven't closed out of that document. One more swipe up. Let's show you this. Every single one of these apps right here are open. And the reason this iPad is not slowing down whatsoever is the fact that it has that advanced processing chip in the inside. So again, A14 is specifically for the Gen 10, also known as that 10.9-inch screen. And that's what you're getting today. This, again, is our Tech Sale Spotlight. We just launched this back on October 13th. So we've had it on, and over 1,000 have been ordered. So I think that's amazing if you think about all the excitement that's going to come out of whether it was for you or as a gift. When they get this home, they're going to be blown away. So again, Apple iPad Gen 10, also known as that 10.9. Our Tech Sale Spotlight is the 256 gig storage size. So we went big. We want you to be able to utilize this. And pretty much your first choice is going to be what color would you like. So we have the blue, we have the yellow, we have the silver, and then we have our pink right here. Oh, and we have some updates. This has been super popular. Pink and iridescent. Oh, there's 5 remaining with that pink and iridescent. Ooh, pink sky. We have a dozen remaining in pink sky. Ooh, pink yellow. Let's come over here. 9 remaining. Pink northern lights. Oh my goodness, 9 remaining here too. And pink gray is last call. I mean, these are amazing combinations. I love that. But again, it's your combination. You get to choose exactly what you want. So pink, again, has been super popular, and it's always popular. We love that. So really, last call on a few, less than a dozen in a few options. So if you really, really like that pink, now is the time to pick up on that. So the other choices that we have, again, 256 gigs, your choice of iPad, and then we have all of our colors up here. Let me see. This yellow is kind of looking a little bit more like a lime color, but no, it's a gorgeous yellow that you see here. So we have our yellow, and then we have our garden. And again, any color iPad would look great with this one, except for pink. I think that one has sold out, right? And then we have our pink up here, and then we have our iridescent. So you can see right there, there's yellows, pinks, blues, and silvers. And then up front, we have our sky, our perfect blue. I love this color. Then we have our gray, and then we have our northern lights. Let me flip this one around too, just so you can actually see how different they all are. But that's the back of the northern lights. So imagine this kind of tucked under your arm, you know, or traveling with this. And maybe you have a trip coming up and you plan on, you know, downloading tons of things that you can watch or listen to on the plane. This is perfect. So again, why did we do the 256 with this one? Well, we wanted you to be able to utilize, again, the biggest amount of storage that we have here. And really what that means is that you can download a massive amount of content that you wouldn't have to jump on Wi-Fi to be able to access that content. You can download series of movies on Netflix. You can download a lot of videos from QVC Plus as well, our streaming service here. Whether you're Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Prime Video, all of those have seasons of shows that you can download. But imagine that. This could be a textbook, you know, or a kind of like that laptop replacement for college students as well, or high school students. There's no textbooks anymore. It's kind of, I grew up with textbooks. Yes, I did. And my kids, they have grown up with downloadable books. And then also they utilize their iPad to be able to take notes on this as well. Now, when you see that price, again, item number E329696. We have it at a tech sale spotlight price of $629.98. If you purchase separately all the components that we've put together for this bundle, you would be looking at just about $928. That is a savings of $298, plus the opportunity to get an amazing bundle at home. So we're looking at right now that beautiful screen, 10.9 inches with all of those apps already download when you get home. Anything from clocks and weather, stocks, voice memos. Freeform is another way. iMovie, you can actually take your photos or video, and yes, you can shoot in 4K. You can create family videos, family movies using all of that content. But again, if you were to pick this up anywhere else, you would be picking up your Apple iPad Gen 10, inside that box, a charging cable and the brick, and that's it. And then you'd pick up something here, something there along the way. We took all that guesswork out. We put everything together in this amazing tech sale spotlight item. So what we're looking at here is everything that you would get in addition to the iPad here at QVC. So we have that awesome travel sleeve. It's like that fur on the inside, beautiful. It's like a not fur, plush velour more on the inside. We love that. Your choice of your portfolio case or sleeve. We have our Bluetooth earbuds right here. We have a stand down front, and I'm going to show you this. When you're not using that stand, you can easily fold that down, and it really does fit into any little tote bag or, you know, book bag, backpack, you name it. We have a Bluetooth keyboard that when paired with your iPad, you've now created a kind of like a mobile workstation, a hybrid laptop maybe, but then also not only Bluetooth keyboard, but it's the backlit as well. So there's a little light bulb down here at the bottom. You simply cycle through to find the color for the backlighting and you're set and ready to go. And then again, we also include that software voucher. So with this again, 3-year subscription to membership subscription to Mac University. And again, it's your private teacher to kind of teach you all things Apple. There is a journal subscription, Calm Radio, BitGym, and there's also like a game. It's called Words in Color. So I mentioned that Mac University too, and there's something that's really cool that you could do with an update that came through Apple. Now, if there's somewhere a website, I mean, we're all customizing using our iPads in different ways. Like every single host that I present this with, they'll all say what their favorite feature of iPad is, what they do on their iPad, and it's going to be different between every single host, every single person. But you may have a website that you absolutely love going to. So I'm going to come over here to Safari. I'm going to tap on Safari. Now, let's just go over here because maybe it's the Mac University right there. So you can see all things Mac University. Apple is releasing a brand new update to their operating system. So if you have any questions about learning that, you can learn that all right here. But let's go back a little bit. So what you're going to do, if you constantly find yourself going to the same website and you always have to type in themacu.com or abc.com, like wherever you're going, what you're going to do is when you actually see this, when you hit the share button right here, you're going to hit more. You're going to come down here and you're going to hit add to home screen. So really what you're doing is making every website. Now I can rename this, and right now we'll just leave it as tutorials browser, and that's it. I'm going to hit add. But what that's now done is made a little bookmark that looks like an app, but really it's that launch pad. So what you're going to do when you want to go to Mac University, instead of typing in the address every time in that search engine, you just tap that, and now it's going to bring you directly to Mac University again. So it's a really nice way. Like if you're somebody that's always booking airline tickets, and instead of typing in, or Flight Radar is another one. All my kids are kind of across the country, so it's really fun when they're flying home and I can type in on Flight Radar, I can watch their flight actually come through. But instead of typing the Flight Radar every time, I made a little bookmark on my iPad that you can go back to at any given point. But again, you're going to see over here all the things that you can learn. Like if you have a question about photos, or if you have a question about the web browser, if you have a question about files or Keynote, which is that presentation, all of these notes are here. But the best thing is this is constantly updating. So every single time there's a new feature, function, update, Mac University is going to be a place for you to go. But also, you can take this iPad, whether it be you or your loved one, whoever you're gifting this to, can still walk into any Apple store and get the support that they're looking for super, super easily. So again, as you go through this, this is kind of, again, this is what I have on my iPad, anything from banking to games to my wellness tracker, which is my Oura Ring. My Ring video doorbell is right here. So really, again, you get to customize this any single way that you want it to go. But whether it was going through and using the assistive access, which is down here, again, being able to change your iPad into a really, I don't want to say a small iPad, but it really limits, I guess for a lot of people, they might say, oh, it's just too much. I don't want that. But if I wanted easy for my mom to be able to call her grandchildren, she has 11 grandkids. Imagine how easy that would be then, that all she would have to do is tap on their picture and it would be able to instantly connect them via FaceTime. But so many things that you can do with your iPad. Now, there's another thing that you can do too. And because of the latest update with Apple, and again, it's just kind of touching the surface of all things Apple, but if you are saying, you know what, I really haven't been using my laptop lately, and I really want to start using the iPad as a laptop replacement, you can actually do that now. And the reason is, if you went to that multitasking and gestures, we're looking at the iPad right now in a full screen apps, meaning every one of our apps was just listed. But if I wanted to, I could come over here to Windows. So now when I switch back, and let's just say open up my email, it can actually create a window that now you can actually, just as you were looking on your window computer at home or your iPad Air, and it has all the tools. Let's come back again, let me show you. You can actually come down, see what I just did with that drop-down menu. This is something that you would actually see, say, on your MacBook Air, Mail. These are all the tools that you'd be using. You can actually now utilize this. So I'm going to open this. Now I can switch this. I can actually now, this is one, I can open two more. So I know we used to talk about split screens with your iPad. You can actually now put 3 screens if you wanted to. If I want to come back again, I'm going to press and hold. I can turn it into 4 different windows. I could open up that one. I could open up, let's see, here. So now I have this window as well. I can make 4 if I wanted to. So again, super, super easy, but for the very first time with that update, you can actually turn this into kind of how you use your MacBook at home. So really that computer experience that you're getting on the iPad. So again, as we go through this, I mean, I know we've just spent an hour on this, but there's scratching the surface. It's just scratching the surface. And the biggest thing that I want you to know is that everything that we learn on iPad, there is no university. There's no Apple University that you go to and get a degree in that. Everything that you become familiar with, it just comes off of repetition. Again, you're going to find that perfect pathway that you know, maybe open this up in the morning and use it to check weather, or use it to, check your email first thing. And then later on the day, you might use it to FaceTime family members, or use it for work, for a video call. And at night, you might use it for streaming content. But again, everyone's is different, and it all comes down to, why buy this now? Why pick this up now? And it's simply because QVC has put together an amazing bundle. It's what we call our Tech Sale Spotlight. So you're able at that sale price to save. After we go through this entire bundle, you're actually saving close to $298. And it's amazing when you think about it. Even off the QVC price, you are saving just about $139. So 2 choices to make, because this is the largest capacity Gen 10 available. So we have our pink. Just about everything with pink is last call. And then we have our silver, we have our yellow, and we have our blue. And then you have your keyboard colors here. You have your iridescent, your pink, your garden, your yellow, your northern light, your gray, and your sky. And then we also include stands and a voucher, Bluetooth keyboard, but you have now picked up an amazing gift. And think about getting this for yourself too if you have an older iPad, but it's really, really fun, easy, and it'll really blow you away of all the things that this can do. So thank you for spending this last hour with me. I love iPad. I just love sharing the technology, and especially tools that I use every single day. Oh, we have jewelry gifts coming up next with Sandra, so stay tuned and enjoy shopping.